He has been working roughly somewhere around nearly 40 plus years. So, our நிறைய அந்த ஃபீல்டுக்காக கொடுத்துருக்காரு. We all know that. And இப்போ running lines, Dilbag ஆனாலும், Alishan ஆனாலும், Tufan ஆனாலும், it is his part as well. That we are having those lines, seeing those beautiful animals in their character. So, we welcome him with wholeheartedly. And then we have Ayush Bhai from Vapi. Our other he has been in this young age, he has been some roughly around 15-16 years he has been into breeding, and he has been under guidance of Gajendra Singh and Kiran Kaka, so from Bag, and he has also contributed so much into the breed, and we can see his breeding currently performing the shows and everything. So we welcome you all, and let's go on with the events.
Good morning, Mohammed. On behalf of Tirupur Riding Club Trust, our President Veerapandi sir, Posana sir. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I welcome all of you to join this session organized by these young enthusiasts. But we are so lucky to have such senior dignitaries here from Tirupur and surrounding areas. Well, this horse is such a subject which binds us all together. I have come all the way from Marwar, where it has acquired the name Marwari, just to spread awareness. And I take it my responsibility, I do it as a responsible person. I want to contribute and take you all towards the right direction. See, when you deal with an animal, this is an animal wealth of the country. This is one of our important things. So when you deal with a wealth, you have to be very careful how you go about it. What do you do with it? You know, we end up altering things which are not required. We have to pass it on to the next generation as it has been passed on to us by our ancestors. Tomorrow you will all pass it on to your generation, and only to have it in the right format so that in times of need it can perform. In the times of hashi or hard times, it can perform and be able to do what is expected of these animals. So horse has been an animal which has always attracted the attention of human beings. We as the saying goes, I always say that and I repeat it here, cows are holy but the horses are divine. Horses have, in spite of being holy, there aren't too many scriptures written on the cows, but on horses there have been so many scriptures. And I just got to know through sir that there are some scriptures written in the local Tamil language also, and which are preserved here. So I'm sure, and this is the state, not only in Tamil Nadu, if we travel to Karnataka, there will be some scriptures written in there as well, some in Andhra Pradesh, lots. I have seen many of them in Maharashtra. You go up north, Awadh, there is full of scriptures. Even in Bengal and Bihar, there are scriptures on horses. We have a shastra on the horses, which is called Ashwa Shastra. It is also a noted document, which is like invaluable today. I mean, if we get to use them for the well-being of our horses, they are amazing. So now let me introduce all of you to the breed. First of all, I'll go according to the breed. It's a breed which is originated in the Marwar region, which is a harshy, dry and hot climated areas with sandy soil, and on the basins of river basins, there the two popular rivers there, Luni and Javai. This is the core breeding areas. Also the horses from nearby Banaskantha district and the districts, now today we have many more. So Banaskantha of Gujarat and these liver and Javai and the Luni river basins, they cover most of the breeding grounds for the Marwaris. The word Malani, you must have heard the word Malani quite often, and there is a lot of confusion amongst the breeder that is it a different breed or no. Marwar is the state of Marwar, the erstwhile kingdom of Marwar. Malani was a part of Marwar, and Malani was a fair. There was a fair started by Raval Malinath ji, who was a saint. He started this fair as a congregation of saints, and thereafter it turned into a mela where all the livestock was sold from. So the horses going out to Delhi, in the markets of Delhi, to Awadh, to Bihar, to Bengal, to South, to all these kingdoms, they were reflected out there as horses from Malani ka Mela. The Mela was in Malani. So that is how they acquired the name. But the greater name, the breeding stock, came from all over Marwar to be sold from Malani. So that is why this name has not to be confused with Malani or Marwadi. This is one and the same thing. Secondly, there are, when you talk of the breed, it is now a combination of or collection of 16 substrains. There are strains also. People develop their own hold. Like a good important household, they've developed their breed into a particular use. They wanted comfortable gait, they wanted broader things, they wanted a fast gallop into sands, you know, whatever so these 16 substrains came into existence, and these 16 substrains had their own individual characters once upon a time. That's long gone by. But for the last 150 years, we are moving towards commonness. So now today they stand as one breed, and although we have variety of horses in them, they would all have their characters, some kind of, so we have inculcated them as variety, and they are to be acceptable in the judging process also. As I move on with the speech on Marwadis, I must say that this breed was actually patronized firstly and prominently by the Rathore rulers of Marwar. They have done a lot for this breed, and till date, I mean, we have records in the palace. Recently we had a seminar, Bharatiya Itihas mein Yug Yugin Ashwa, Marwadi horses in the history of India. So there was a seminar, and where it was found that horses were, you know, given away prizes as early as almost 200 years ago. You know, prizes like 2 rupiah, first prize for 2 rupees, 5 rupees for the best stallion, best broodmare, it was 3 rupees. Colts were given, colts and fillies were given 2 rupees each. So it started long back. The present Maharaja of Jodhpur's great grandfather, it started during that time, and it continued till date. So we have records of these fairs in the state history department, where international scholars come to. There is actually a lot of history department. It's a whole department. It's called the Maharaja Man Singh Pustak Prakash, where you would find a lot of history related to a lot of documents, and scholars from all over the country, and not only country, from abroad also come to do researches on various subjects. You know, they do researches on taxations, they do on religion, they do on architecture, some do on water. There's so much matter lying there, and everything is got digitalized. Yes, they are working in a proper way, so everything is got digitalized, so everything is well preserved. So out there they found out in that seminar, scholars from AMU, BHU and Nalanda and all these scholars came, and they said that horses from this area have been going all over the country, in fact abroad also. So, but they used to go under hidden names, because one state would not allow the nearby state to become powerful. So the traders used to take it in a dodged way and somehow reach the destination where they were supposed to reach, where there was a demand. But they actually went, and horses for Maratha empires, for down south, even till Tipu Sultan's army, they used to get, but these horses were distributed amongst the generals, amongst the nobility. They could not reach, because they were not so much in the numbers, so they could only reach the leaders. So they have been coming all the way from there. So in the recent times, to continue with the work, Maharaja of Jodhpur, Maharaja Gaj Singh Sahab, is a very benevolent person. He is working on not only on horses but education, architecture, music, on a lot, water and lot of things. So horses has been his priority. He has given, he we formed the All India Marwar. It used to be the Marwari Horse Society. Now it has become the All India Horse Society for the last so many years now. And we've been given an office in the palace, the main palace, in the Umaid Bhavan Palace. If any of you is visiting Jodhpur, you must go to that office. There is a functional office. Most of these societies run through them iPads and mobiles. But here is a society which is run in a proper manner. This is the kindness, and he every year when we organize horse shows, he provides us all the breeders with lunches, with if there is a need, we need money to do something. He's gifted us a car also, an Innova to do. He's gifted us a driver also, which is actually the responsibility of the government. But so far, government has not been able to do so. But here we are lucky to have such a person, and I feel we must clap for him because that's his contribution. And he wants nothing in return. He wants nothing in return. He exhibits his horses to visiting dignitaries. He shows them as Marwadis. Here are the Marwadis. Please look at them. And this is the society we are doing. So he exhibits them for this thing. He refers our matters to the highest order. So we have a representation in him. So that is why we are thankful to him. So history, yes, horses have gone to a lot of places. There used to be a lot of wars. There were some areas which consumed horses. The terrain was such that they were harsh on the horses. They were rocky. So the consumption was through the hoof. No hoof, no horse. So people were very careful with their hooves, of the maintenance of the horses' hooves and all. But yet they got consumed because the war times were such. Then they did not have the time to shoe them or take them to a easier way out and all. So there was a lot of consumption. There was repeatedly constant need and supply and demand for these horses. So horses from this tract has gone in the historical times to Mewar, to Delhi, to Awadh, to Marathas, to Deccan, to Tipu Sultan, to Mysore, and to a lot of other South Indian states also. Everybody, a mare was found suitable for one of the rulers. I forget the name. He especially ordered that mare to come to this part. So these are smaller stories which have actually got ignored in time. I'm sure once we go through the documents that Sir has got, I'm sure they'll throw some more light on the horses once they are readable for us. It is in Tamil, but I'm sure we'll get movement of horses. So we'll get to know something. So there are scientists where they have predicted and written about the Marwari horses that India was not a natural habit. India did not have horses, and all horses came from the Europe. That has been claimed. Actually, we have been, as everything else, India, the breed of India has been denounced greatly by these people in these books. If you read the books till 1992, you can say many of these writers have written badly about our breed. They have just come to India, got off the plane, went into the streets, they took pictures of these horses on the Tongas or maybe a wedding procession, and they depicted them as Marwadis. They've written about these horses that they are horses of no relevance, they are thin horses with narrow chest, no utility and vicious and lot of things. But somehow later part, when we started getting organized, we started showing our horses in a broader way. Pushkar became an important center where international tourists came. They saw horses, they were attracted toward these horses. People went back and created societies for them. Even in the countries where there is no Marwadi, there are horse societies there. So it has got an amazing ability to bind us all together. So the horse which was rejected as a horse, which was horse of no relevance, has now suddenly become a favorite of a lot of horsey countries. Then Puranas and Mahabharata, Ramayana, they are full of horses. Their chariot competition, their chariot races, they were used in the wars. There was Ashwamedh Yagya. It was, after leaving, a beautiful horse was left loose, and whoever ties him had to face war with the person who has left it loose. So there are so many examples, and we have shastras like, as I told you, this Shali Hotra. Hotra is an upper branch of Shastra, Hotra. So it is Shali is called Ashwa. So it is a other name for horse. So it is a scripture on the horse. It is a Ashwa Shastra. So if the Shastras were written so many years back, I'm sure there were horses which were prevalent there. Now we also have an international scientist called Dr. Priyadarshi, who's a US based doctor, and he's done a lot of research. So against the general belief that India did not have horses, he's found out a lot of logic which proves that India had a lot of horses. The basic most is the name. They are called equines. Equine word is gained its name from aqua. Aqua is water. So what does aqua have to do with horses? So according to our mythology, it is Samudra Manthan. Our horses they've come out of Samudra Manthan. So Samudra is actually ocean. It is water. So they've come out of the Samudra. So that is the only relation that the horses have with aqua. Rest of it, and also by the ice age was finishing, the ice was melting, the waters were encroaching on the land, and till date which is happening. So these horses from the sea coast, that is one of the logics that he is given, but I suppose that seems to be a more this thing. Also the word Ashwa, that is used in even Tamil Nadu, they call it Ashwa, and in Sanskrit, in the traditional Indian language which is Sanskrit, it is known as Ashwa. And similarly in many of these countries where they've mentioned this horse in the similar word, like in Old English they call it Iho. Iho is an upper branch of Ashwa. In Gothic they call it Ahiva. In Hispano they call it Aspa. In Old Saxon they call it Ihu. The H is pronounced S. S is actually the sh of Ashwa is pronounced as H in informal language, which I am told it is done here as well, and as it is done in our parts also, where a soap is called sabun, but they generally call it habu. So S is generally referred to as H. So that may be one of the logics this person has come out with. And they have been mentioned by Marco Polo. Then when he visited, he said it is a very established breed. It was also read by one of the Berber travelers who came to India, and they found that Indian horses are very good. So there is a lot that has gone into the history. I mean, they cannot be, now we cannot agree to the fact that they've come from somewhere else. Dr. Parmender, Dr. Priyadarshi has also written about the horse that these are the international writers on horses have branded them into Civalensis horses or horses or Shivaliks. So Shivalik is a range in our country. So these are horses between the Indus River and the Shivalik ranges. So that is also a name derived from our thing. And he writes, this doctor, he's a professor at some university in US. He's written that these horses had rather coming from there, they moved towards that. They moved from here to Arab, which is actually not a animal habitat. If you consider Arab, they've kept them with dates and palms, and they've fed them all the best possible things. And it's a beautiful breed, but he proves it that they've gone from here. There's one more writer, this person, Beverly Davis. They have written that most breeds have thoroughbreds in them. Most breeds all over the world means they have thoroughbreds, in the sense like they have Bab and they have the Arab and they have Turkish blood in them. But Marwadis and Kathiawardis have no relation. When they did a research on the genetics of the Marwadis, they said that they are away from these bloods. So that is one thing which makes us very exclusive, and they do not have that blood is one thing very important for us. There is a book long written, Origin of the Arab Horse by Mornay Anglesey. They also written, it was printed in Kaidan College of Equestrian Arts in general. they've also mentioned that the Arabian descended from the Shivalik horses. So it is rather the reverse way, you know. So if we are not proud of our own things, people will make proud of their things then. Thereafter, there was a need for characterization of the breed. The person who actually started the characterization, who felt the need, I mean, they were always breed characters, but they were said with word of mouth. Word of mouth is not so effective. You have something written, then you give it to the government also, give it to everybody visiting and also. So we had a secretary called Colonel Umed Singh ji. He is no more today, but he was a technical person. He was a doctor, he was a veterinarian, and he was the commandant of equitation center of the army. So when he came as the secretary, I was assisting him as the joint secretary. This was 1992. So he felt the need of the characterization. So the first characterization drive we started was to go to homes. People, rather than calling them somewhere over, we went to homes. We took measurements of ideal Marwari horses. So I have done that. I was part of that team, and we measured about 125 odd horses, which we felt, according to people and according to authorities, because 1992, 95, 97, there were lots of older generation of breeders alive, and they could guide us, and they could, you know, tell us what is what and all, what are the right types and all. So we went to these homes and we took measurements, each measurements from the height to the distance between the, the forehead, from the length of the head, the space between the ears, the length of the ears, the pinna of the ears, girth of the horse, the shanks of the horse, length of the horse. We did a lot of, you know, work on this. So after that work, we went to people also and then interviewed them, you know, took their points, what should be the criteria, how things should go about, how should we do and how should we proceed and all, what are the wrong trends. Even then we asked them what are the wrong trends. So one of the wrong trends then they said was to people were obsessed by color kala ablak. So they said ki this is a wrong trend setting in now, you know, everybody wanted, then it was kala ablak, now it is the bhamar, the black. So they wanted it to not to, you know, everything becomes a kala ablak, the breed itself becomes kala, that's not right. So they said that, you know, we have a variety of color in us, so we should maintain all of them. Moreover, then we started the seminar. So seminar was planned at Umed Bhavan. We did not have a host to do that because it required a lot of money. So we again requested Maharaja of Jodhpur. So he graciously gave away the auditorium, that is an Ali Akbar hall in the Umed Bhavan Palace, where breeders and common people like me, I mean, we could go. I mean, it's difficult to go up to the palace, it's a museum, but it was open for all the breeders for 3 long days, and about 500-600 of the breeders got they collected there with 4 sessions in a day. We started at almost at 8:30. It was a technical session, and Maharaja Sahib himself was present at 8 o'clock to listen to all the lectures. We invited we gave people what would you like to speak on. We invited few people to speak on the head, some to speak on the ears, some to speak on the size, some on colors. So there were lots of deliberation. Time was given to them. They prepared earlier on, and then we invited people from technical sides also. We invited people from director of ICR, then animal husbandry was under Indian Council for Agriculture Research. So we invited director of animal husbandry, ICR, we invited director of NBGR, director IVRI, Indian Veterinary Research Institute, and lot of these technical institutions, inclusive of a minister, central minister, then there were national director NRC, directors of animal husbandry, government of Gujarat, Punjab, Rajasthan. So then these were the things, and also from from Madhya Pradesh. All of them got together, there were deliberations, people argued, people made their points. Then finally it was, culminated in 4, 8 and 3, 11 sessions we had. After the 11th session, we concluded the seminar, and we came out in a technical session. We wrote down all the characters, and it was approved in them. Then finally, some people rose and said that the society is taking all the credit, and so let's go to the government, and they came up with things. But then government, we requested the government to please notify these characters so that they are finalized once and for all. So thereafter there was a seminar in Hisar, which I have a copy with me. They were adopted as they were. As we did, they were adopted word to word, and now they are a part. We are all bound by that document. So whatever is the Marwadi, any judge or anybody has to say, we have to follow these protocols. See, when you deal with one protocol, when you be it any discipline, we have to follow the law of the land. So these are not just plain simple written pages, but they are done with a lot of deliberations. I assure you that there were people who argued and who disagreed, but finally when everything was being written down, they all agreed, they signed the document, and it was a very successful thing. And similarly at the government level also, they agreed to most of the things, and it was notified. So when there is a I was asked question this morning also, what about the size and all? So one person can defer to do anything, but we are all bound by the specification. We have been given range. This is a breed where the range is so big. It has got the biggest possible range in the matters of size, from 150 to 165 centimeters. So that's a huge range that we have been given in the size. So all aspects were covered, and in fact people were against the idea of making it 65 inches, if I may say so, in inches. So they said, no, you will spoil everything. But we wanted to include everybody so that everybody comes on board. So it is one fraternity rather than going this way and that way. So we tried to inculcate, and even on those days also we did not have 165 is actually 165 centimeters is slightly short of 65 inches. So we tried to inculcate. Now there are people, the logic, firstly I don't see any logic for these horses, because we have all remained similar in height. We have not grown to 7 feet or somewhere beyond. So what is the need? This is a breed you are dealing with, and we have no right to make a horse life uneasy for anything. These horses it is difficult for them if they have because there was a lot of research which went into the making of these horses. The joints will pain, they will not be able to perform in this manner. They have to be, Marwadi has to be an agile horse, quick turning, when it is put into a war. Just imagine, I am riding a horse and the neck is right here. He will observe the spear coming in towards the rider. So the horse was sensible enough to dodge, but a bigger horse will not be able to do these dodging and things. So it will lose its purpose, although we do not have to fight anymore. But I suppose to be kept it in its original form is the best we can give as a tribute from our side. So when you look at a horse, now I'll come to the breeds also. There are breeds like Ladki, Bodli, Chabili, Wangli, Kher, Fulmal, Bhuti, Mani, Sangi, and so many of them. But we have now come down to, although you do notice some points, some characters of there individually, but they are generally absent. Now even the expert people are not able to define and segregate one from the other one. So we relate them as one breed. So when you look at a horse, there are three types I look at them. First is the phenotype. So you have to observe the horse in the phenotype expression. It is available in front of you. Phenotype means the outer appearance of the horse. How is it looking to you? So the neck is, how is the neck, how is the ear, how is the skin coat and all. The second thing is genotype buildup. When you're dealing with a breed like Marwadi, which is hot-blooded in nature, the genotype buildup is also very important, because what is there that you would not be able to find out. So Once you start doing a little bit of study before buying your own horse, this will enable you to get into the genotype worthiness of the horse also. Third thing which I feel is the most important thing is the sabhav, the temperamental aspect of a horse. Is he loyal? Is he brave enough? Is he willing to serve this thing? This breed is this thing, such a breed where it is known to serve. It wants to get under you and allow you to use that horse in the best possible manner. So these are the three types where you see these things, the characters. If the nostrils are smaller, I'm sure they would not get the enough oxygen to convert into energy. The blood is not oxidized and hence the energy will not be released. So you need to have nostrils which are flaring and without an acute angle even at the neck. There are some necks which are like this way, so there is an acute angle there. So the passage of air to the supply of air to the lungs is slightly obstructed. So that is where the performance also goes down. So you need to have a free flowing supply of oxygen to the lungs. So that is where the throat latch and things are like, evenly it is transferred to the thing. Head and neck joint. The area where the neck joins the head is also of a vital importance. See, this is a horse which is used for dodging. If you have a good steering, you will be able to drive a gadi very well, any vehicle. So this head and also the tail, it is like that boating when you do, it is, you have that tiller. So you move with this thing. These are important factors to decide or use a horse. When you come down to using, as of now we are just exhibiting them. So once we come down to actually using them someday, God willing someday, so then they will be of great importance. So these characters are there to strengthen our position when you are astride a horse. Fine skin. People think that what is skin good for and all. It is the basic most thing that a horse should have. If the skin is fine, fine means thin skin. If the skin is fine, it will be able to radiate heat out of the body. It will not conserve the heat within the body. See, these horses belong to a hotter climate. We are all born here, even this place is quite hot in temperature. So if we have a layer of fat in our body, which happens with horses from the colder areas or any other species from the colder areas, it gives you a blanket effect. It keeps you comfortable. It retains the heat within the body. It does not let the heat of the body get out of it. Fine ears. We look for finer ears. Ears, when you have a purer animal, the texture of the ear is very fine. If you look it against the sun, you would be able to see some light through. And if you go into mixing maybe with thoroughbred, if you see, the ears will get coarser. The coarser's ears lose ability to hear, and the horse which does not hear much, it loses its ability to be alert. So you will somehow someday see your horse which is not alert. So probably you can go deeper into things and find out what is the ancestry. So the finer the ears, they will be able to attract attention in the faintest possible moment. Placement of the ears. Marwari has got beautiful placement, and they should not be falling down. When you have a ear which is falling down, you are limiting the ability to hear. If it is here, the radar can catch the faintest sound till the horizon or whatever distance. But if it is down, you are limiting its ability to hear from a distance. Tips. In the Marwari breed, Marwari is a breed where it has a prominent tip, which is, other than the part of the ear. It has got some place. There are many breeds where tips come like this. There is hardly a tip. Tip is just a small part. But here you have an accentuated portion of the ear which turns into a tip. There are variety of shapes also. When you talk about shape, there are shapes. The Marwari ears, they start here, not here. They start here. They come down here. They also may come down this way. So anything going up there, this is a Kathi reflection. Kathiawadi breed has got ears which go up. Although Kathi also has got some strains which have got scorpion type of ears, but majority it is those types. And it is certified by the Kathiawadi society. Broad chest will hold a good powerful lung and a good powerful heart, which will be a very good engine for the horse. It will be able to move very well. Broad rib cage. A flat-sided horse will have smaller portions inside, so it will not be able to perform well. So we need a horse which has got well-sprung limbs, round. The rib cage has to be big. If it is a mare, it will hold a good baby inside. So that is also an added asset. The eyes of the horse, they are round, big eyes. Although in some cases almond-shaped eyes are also visible, but majority of them they are round. But if you compare them with the Kathiawadis, they are not on too much of a smaller size, but the Kathiawadis have a bony projection of the eyes. The socket where eyes are fitted is protruding. It enables the horse to see much more than the Marwari can see, and it can see it all. It is 360 degrees they have. God has blessed them with 360 degrees of camera. So what happens is, Marwari is more dependent on the ears for its survival. Quarters. The hind quarters of a Marwari, if you differentiate between the Kathiawadi and the Marwari and the Sindhi for that matter, Marwari's got a round quarter, broad bones of the hips, and it's a powerful quarter with a high set tail. But a croup in a Kathiawadi is flat. It is almost flat with a very high set tail. It is almost like a tabletop. But Marwadi's got a relatively bigger, because the size is bigger. So these kind of quarters. Legs are powerful, but the croup of a Sindhi is slopey. Sindhi also has got two strains. I mean, the one that we have in our part of the world is a regular Dakia Ghoda. It's a postman horse, which is ridden. It's got a lot of endurance, it's got a lot of power in it, but it is not very classy to look at. So these horses were used by people, even in the big household. They used to have one horse which was saddled throughout the day. The saddle never used to come off. They were parked there and to be utilized whenever need be. They used to go get this thing, call that guy, go get this thing. So that was the purpose for them. So another set of Sindhi was bred in these Sargoda area, where these Sindhis were bred with Arab horses. Those are slightly classical horses. They are beautiful, they are big, and the croup also becomes flatter, and they are nice animals. So you can actually differentiate between these horses once you get into these details. Now if you talk of the hooves, the Marwari, hooves of the Marwari, being a desert horse, has to be big. But with the coming of stall feeding, a lot of horses have gone into changes because of the way we use them. What changes a horse? The climate and the temperatures. Besides them, the use and the feed and the fodder. So these horses are used, not so used so often for these outdoor things and all. They have all become a cosmetic thing. So, and the feeding that we give them is all stall fed. I have seen some horse farms where they only feed them pellets. So one person is going to decide what is good for your horse. We actually, as far as I am concerned, we never give them any artificial thing. We've got some amazing crops here in cereals in the country. You have the gram, which is also called horse gram. It's amazing. It will give you the necessary protein. We have mott, which is our lentil, again high on protein. We have soybean, which is amazing. You can give. So the supplement protein is very important for the horse, and that is where we go wrong also. So because of these feedings and all, a lot of things are changing even in the Kathiawadi horses. They are losing their bigness in the hooves, and they used to say that the Kathiawadi horses used to have double sole, and it never used to bother in these in these pebbled areas and all, they could just walk without a problem. Cannon bone is longer in a Marwadi. The Kathiawadi cannon bone is smaller. The forearm is relatively, it's proportionate, but in the Kathiawadi also, I mean, it's a powerful thing. Kathiawadi was known for its breadth, the breadth in the chest, breadth in the forehead, breadth in the croup. They used to, but I suppose this is lacking today. I've spoken to a lot of people who are authorities on the breed. They also feel the need that's yes, they are also undergoing a little bit of change. Yeah, head. So now if you talk of the head of a Marwadi, it is a medium long head. It is never a long head. It is a medium long head with a straighter profile. The Kathiawadi has a forehead which is depressed. It is slightly flattish but depressed, and the eyes are protruding. A Marwadi has a forehead which is flat. The nasal bone of a Kathiawadi gets narrower there, and many a times they end up having a concavity. The Marwadi, the nasal bone is generally flat from the front, broadish at the thing. The muzzle is not so big. So if the muzzle is big in a horse, it is also an indication of some other breed which is not Kathiawadi. Kathiawadi has got a very small muzzle. They say that you can make him drink water out of a hand. Even the Marwadi muzzle is supposed to be a small one, but if it is a bigger muzzle, then it is some other breed, maybe Sindhi or maybe some other breed or something. So these are the characters. Now you come down to the cheekbones. The jaws of the horse, these muscle on this thing on the Kathiawadi are very prominent. They are big. They are. I mean, they would, yeah. It's a circular thing, and in the Marwadi, it is an elongated jaw. And the shafts of the jaw are generally, for any refined breed, they have to be straighter in profile. If better it is, I mean, but you see a lot of varieties, so that is again a reflection of some blood up there. I suppose I shouldn't be expanding too much on the society part, because society is actually doing a lot of work. The Marwari Horse Society. The society has got a regular riding school also. Currently it is given to a school. So we have a riding school where boys are trained. We have a place where grooms are also being trained, to earn something for themselves. Of course, stud book is another major thing. Government of India has authorized the Marwari Horse Society, All India Marwari Horse Society, to register Marwari horses and issue passports and maintain the stud book for them. So this is a big responsibility, and we have been successfully doing it for a long time now. And the office, when it comes to the thing, it is very important and very essential that we are very lucky to have such an office which is maintaining all the accounts and all. We are representing these matters, the issues related to, like I said, from adding them to the president bodyguards and things on various platforms. We are also working with art school. The horses that we have, the Marwadi we have, were depicted in a wrong manner in the art schools also. The muzzle was a cow muzzle which was added to the horses and all. So we worked with, there is a Jodhpur School of Art. Through that we've also approached the Kishangarh and all these people also. So we have rectified that problem with the art schools. We are also working with statue makers. So the current statues that have been made, the first one being the statue of Rao Jodha, the founder of Jodhpur, was made according to this breed specification. Anybody visiting Jodhpur, if you go to the fort, you will definitely see that statue. And I personally worked for that statue and some more. Some of them are used by the ministers, and one was told to me that it will be used by the Prime Minister of the country. We also have assisted artists where they have done some kind of frescoes in the new parliament also. So there is a lot of work that is happening in the background, and it is real work. There is nothing to, nobody, I mean, it's just a, information that I wanted to give you. So coming back to now the last thing, sorry. Yeah, we conduct a lot of shows. We've done Pushkar show. We judged we conducted for a lot of years. Then we did Tilwada. We are doing till date. It is one of the oldest fairs of the country, amongst the oldest fairs of the country, from where the breeds used to go all over the country. We've assisted Maharashtra to organize new shows like Sarangkheda is a very old fair from Maharashtra, and I personally went to turn the Mela into a show, and now it is a very successful Chetak horse show where the team is amazing. Munna Dada, he is famously known as Munna Dada. He's taking care of that show, and he's done a wonderful job. Fantastic he is. Then we have a show in Akluj, again in Maharashtra. So that's a Shri horse show. It is again a very successful story by Mohite Patil family. Dhaval Singh ji is taking care of it, and he's done it in a proper way. So we assisted them in the best possible manner to do it in a good way. We've done it in Pune race courses, where there was a statement that Indians and dogs not allowed, even indigenous horses were not allowed inside the race course, and today they look towards us to come and organize a horse show for them. So we are having a horse show in that place also. We did one show in Baramati also, which is the hometown of the ex-agriculture and animal husbandry minister, Mr. Sharad Pawar ji. It is done by Mr. Ranjit Pawar, where they have notified the new breed of horses called Bhimthadi. They came out with the breed which was prevalent in this area called on the banks of Bhima Nadi. Bhima is a river. On the banks of this river is this breed called Bhimthadi, which was used by the soldiers of the Maratha armies, and it is a breed now which is notified, and it has also become a horse breed. So we also have organized smaller fairs in the rural parts of Rajasthan also, like the Saila fair and many more. So we have been assisting people. Even for newer patrons, we try and assist them on each matter. I went to a few years ago to Samathur also, where there were some issues, and it is our duty. We do not want to come every time to decide everything for you. We want you people from your area with integrity to come up forward, take the responsibility. We'll train them to be judges. They can do the judging part here, rather than getting people, because it is you breeders. My duty is just to make you aware of things, so nobody can cheat you. You will be able to buy your own horse with your own thing. If there is any issue, you can contact us, but you should have your own team here. We can assist you. We made a lot of judges. We've done a lot of work on this. So only thing you need to find out is people with sincere knowledge, some level of truth, because they have to deliver justice, and rest will follow. We'll train them for these things. So there's a lot that we can do. So now for here, what is the issue majorly is everybody there are a lot of people coming to Rajasthan to meet me as well. So what I feel is you people are too stuck up with the color patterns, auspicious or non-auspicious. Let me say one thing. Each horse that the divine has given birth to is very auspicious. Each children coming in our home is very auspicious. Do we look for a boundary in that? We do not. So each horse, whether it is a Panch Kalyan or not, see, when you go looking for a thing on Amazon, if you use filters, you will lose out on a lot of strength. So similarly, if you only look for horses with blazers, only look for horses which are Panch Kalyan, you will narrow down your search and refine it to a very small number. And as it is today in the Marwari world, we are facing the problem of bottleneck. Tomorrow we are short of strains whom to breed with. There's a lot of energy which is being put into this thing. We are working in the background how to get things into this thing, to carry on the generation, to pass it on to the further generations. We must have enough amount of gene pool. So by doing that, you are getting into trouble again. So we must not believe in that. they are all auspicious, because I have personally done a survey. The horses with the best and auspicious markings have gone to the poorest of men, and they were mistreated, and the owners were bad in condition and all. And horses with the illmost bhavaris and color markings and all, they have survived with the best of people, and they were really loved, and they led a very good life. So it has got nothing to do with that. Please don't believe in this. Look at the outline and the characters of the horse. Look at the genetic worth of a horse, and then you can look at the swabhav of a horse. Then you can put it to the, for your purpose of breeding. We should try and use all our contacts with government, with our all, to put them to use. They are amazing, like I said, that they are amazing policing horses. They are amazing recreational things. If you develop a point where you allow horses, people can earn out of it, the horse will be utilized rather than being fed at this thing, they will have a purpose. Then you can also organize events which will attract people. It is your duty to attract and initiate more newer people into the thing. This is not a trade, but if you promote this thing, if you get a group of children and if you put 2 horses, every child will go to the horse. So if you do not take your children to the horses, you are depriving them. They will become better human beings. They will become, masters of the subjects in times to come.
We call upon Chandrana. So we likely to have some words from Ayubai.
I think most of it has been covered when we have the man, the myth, the legend itself. But I've been having horses since about 15 years, and the most important message that I would like to convey to you all is that choosing a right mentor if you want to carry on your passion is very important. Otherwise, there are too many things to get distracted upon for horses. And if you really want to continue your passion, have a good mentor and have a clear vision on why you are keeping the horse. If you want to keep it for show, keep it for show. If you want to keep it for riding, don't mix things, listening to others and having others' opinions onto your mind. Keep your clear vision, and I think that is something that will help everyone to sustain the hobby that is there. And the most important thing is observation. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, see what is happening. Even if you are breeding with 1 or 2 animals, you have so many other people around you who are breeding. So keep a track of that, who is breeding with what stallion, what result they are getting. If you can kind of, do that and make notes, make your own study out of that. That is all. Thank you so much.
As we come to the end of the session, I would like to thank everyone for being present here, and I would like to thank Shri Gajendra Singh from Posana, who is here by accepting our invitation and being here. And we would like to thank Ayush Bhai from our side, who was helping us and guiding us throughout this. We would like to thank him. Thank you.
So the lunch is being arranged in the back side, so we can go there and break for lunch.